I'll just take it all. Never again will the puppeteer tell this story, and that's my fault. Maybe I really am a bad luck charm. Strange contraption.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull rope.
Strange.
The owner...
Raven, after being a good scout for us these last few days, Nuri has asked me to be nicer to you.
What do you think? Will you be able to do that?
I'll try. How about you?
We'll see.
We were able to escape the Seer's creatures and have come a long way. Fate might smile on us favourably. Now we're back in charge.
Well. Fate. What do you think that is? Fate.
The will of the gods.
And you think you can bend the will of the gods to fit your agenda?
No, but he who firmly believes in his goals will be helped by the gods.
I'm sure that's what Isilda thought too.
She did nothing to deserve your sarcasm.
All I'm trying to say is, no one ever escapes from Satinav's boundless gaze.
Have you seen if those demons are still following us?
Didn't you shake them off?
I think I did. I could be wrong, though. They are mighty creatures of the Seer.
I didn't see anyone following us on my scouting flights.
Good.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Don't start raining on my parade. Tell me more about Satinav.
He's known by many names. The 13-Horned, the Irresistible, the helmsman of the Barge of Time. He once was a mighty magician, or even a demigod. The gods chained him to the Barge of Time because he tried to be the master over his own future.
They say the gods don't like people to determine their own fate.
Like Satinav, we mortals are chained to time.
In that case, I will have to break those chains. I'll have a further look around.
Futile, my boy. That's a dwarf's job.
Why must everything always be out of reach? Clay, glass, but not this thing. Strange contraption.
The owner of the yard doesn't seem to be satisfied with a simple pull rope.
Fits exactly.
When will we move on?
I don't have the slightest idea where this red lake is. Besides, without any proper gear, we won't last 2 days in the blood barrier. Hail Rondra, Sir Knight. Could you kindly tell us where we are?
This is the Thash mountain range.
Thash? So the blood barrier is not far off?
It is but a short distance for a travelling knight. For a farm boy and a maiden, it might prove quite a journey.
I am no farmer.
My maiden, you should seek protection from a proper man in these dangerous surroundings.
What kind of a man?
I am Bogomil Rathling, Knight of Andergast. At your service, fair maiden.
I am Nuri. This is my friend Geron.
Nuri it is. What an extraordinary name.
What business does a Knight of Andergast have in the Thash Mountains?
The king put me in charge of observing the orc tribes of the Blood Barrier.
You have travelled through the blood barrier?
Of course, but now I have to return to Andergast. There has been some unrest amongst the Tolokai. I have to report to King Efferdan immediately.
We need some gear. A rope, blankets, provisions, everything that can be of use.
Usually you can get those things from Graham, but the old pighead hides in his house and doesn't make a sound. I wouldn't trust that cutthroat anyway. Do you hear that, Graham? You are a cutthroat.
Did you run into an explorer in the blood barrier near a red lake?
Red Lake? No, but if he came from the south, he must have been through here.
Why does this Graham hide anyway?
The stupid ox won't admit that I am right.
Right?
Right. He refuses to pay the dues he owes me.
What dues?
He's responsible for the death of my horse. Gave him spoiled fodder, so he died miserably. I'm in a hurry, but by foot alone I won't get far.
Why don't you buy this horse and carriage from us?
What use is a carney's trailer to me? But you can leave me your hack. What are you asking for it?
I'm not really sure.
Make up your mind about the price. Then I'll tell you mine.
Rondra be with you, Sir Knight.
And with you.
Fire! Murder! The orcs are attacking! What are you lot still doing here? Scram before the Black Furs get here.
Seems like you've been fooled, Sir Dwarf. The boy has sounded the bell. There are no orcs attacking.
What? What's going on in your wooden head, boy? Sounds the alarm without good cause and forces an honest dwarf out of his warm and comfy chair. I can't believe it.
I just wanted to... You didn't answer the door, sir.
Well, forget it. But you can cut out the formal hogwash while we're at it. Who are you, anyway?
I am Geron of Andergast.
From Andergast? Just like this one there? Very well, then. My name is Gram, Grandoline's son. And this is Gram's open house.
Open house? Pfft.
What do you want, Geron of Andergast?
We need gear and provisions for our journey. That means a good length of rope, blankets, water...
Very well. That'll be 1 ducat, please.
What? That's much too expensive.
By Fex and Angrosh, what did you expect? Do you think this stuff grows under the rocks around here? Too expensive? I can't believe it.
But...
You can ask again as soon as you have some money.
What kind of argument do you and the knight have anyway?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The knight says you poisoned his horse.
Why, that's what he did.
Shut your face, Rathling.
Bah!
Well, never mind. It's none of my business.
You're not so stupid after all.
We're looking for a wise man who is said to be in the blood barrier at the moment, near a red lake.
One of those weirdos, eh? I remember one of them coming through here. Wanted to buy all sorts of stuff from me. Lots of obscure rubbish.
Do you know exactly where I can find him?
Yes. I'll tell you if you can offer me something in exchange. You rub my back, I rub yours, understand?
There you have it, my boy. The dwarf is a cutthroat.
Will you bugger off and take care of your swine?
I'll sell you the horse and the trailer.
Nah, don't bother. I don't care much for hacks and what they drag around with them.
Where is the fairy scholar, pray tell?
Do you have anything nice to offer me in exchange? In that case, I have no idea where the chap is.
I'll leave you to it then.
Hey, keep your paws off my Jenner Creek blue shine beard dye. Do you think my beard gets groomed by air and darkness alone?
You'd better leave the stuff to this dandy boy. It's his most beloved possession.
What? No! By Angrosh and all the beard critters, my beautiful Jenner Creek blue shine beard dye. Who did that?
Perhaps Angrosh himself has punished you for your vanity, Sir Dwarf.
What will my beard have to say to that?
Smells like juniper berries. Sir Knight Rathling.
What is it, my boy?
I'll sell you the horse for 1 ducat.
That old nag isn't worth more than half a ducat. And that would be the deal of your life, my boy. So do we have a deal?
No, we need 1 ducat.
Well, my offer still stands.
I guess we'll have to move on without any gear, Nuri.
But I thought we couldn't go on without.
To venture into the blood barrier with insufficient means, that would be foolish.
But we don't have any money, and you refuse to give us enough for the horse.
Bah!
I wonder what your friends at home are doing at the moment.
Why?
Well, they're all alone now, and they surely miss you.
All alone? Miss Greenbelt, we have to go back and fetch them.
No, we can't go back now. Do you want to run directly into the creature's claws? We have to find the fairy scholar. He will help us, and then we can fetch Mrs. Greenbald and the rest.
Miss Greenbelt.
The knight is right. We can't proceed further into the wild with nothing in our bags. I guess we're stranded for now.
And we can't go to Miss Greenbelt.
Don't be sad, girl. I can't stand that.
If we don't move along soon, the dark creatures will catch up with us.
I didn't think they were very dark. They were mainly sad.
They killed Isidore, and they almost got us too.
I thought they were a little bit like me.
No, I'm sure they weren't. Don't you want to help Nuri, good Sir Knight Rathling?
Oh my.
What's wrong with her?
She's sad that we can't go on.
What can I do for you, Nuri?
Miss Greenbelt.
How can I help?
Please help us out with 1 ducat, good Sir Knight. Half a ducat for the horse and half a ducat to make Nuri smile again.
I think you've got me, my boy. No gold in the world is spent in vain if it makes beauty smile again. Here you go.
I thank you, good knight.
So we can travel soon?
Yes,
And Miss Greenbelt won't have to wait much longer.
Yes, that's the spirit, my girl. Say, don't you want to stay with me after all?
not on your life.
When will we move?
I don't. Besides, without any proper gear, we won't last 2 days in the blood barrier. Dwarves hate magic, and he won't get his beard dye back this way either.
What do you want?
Where is the fairy scholar?
Do you have any... in that case?
Here's the money.
Wonderful! Here's your stuff. It's exceptional quality, good value.
I sure hope so, dwarf.
I'll give you some advice for free. When you go into the blood barrier, you'd better not burden yourself with too much stuff. You'll feel every ounce in your bones up in the mountains.
Yes, I know that. I'll leave you to it. My arm is too short. No time to I can't It may not be beard. I can offer you this beard tonic.
Why, but it's transparent. A black beard needs a blue luster. And for that, I already have...
Raven? Do you see the flower box at the dwarf's house up there?
I see him.
There are womberries in there. Can you fly up there and get me some?
Do you need a healing remedy? Are you injured?
No, but they are great for wounds. We should be prepared for all possibilities on our journey.
All right, then.
Maybe I can mix my own Bluebeard tonic. I'll have to squeeze the berries somehow. Now all I have to do is squeeze the berries. How do I fill it? Good old Garatian Bluebeard dye. Can you make use of this Garatian beard tonic? I'll give it to you for some information.
Let's see it. Garatian? I guess this will have to make do until I can get my hands on the real stuff again. So, what do you want to know?
Where exactly has the scholar gone?
He babbled something about a cave to the north of a big orc statue, near a red lake. He couldn't wait to get there. His imp had made a mess of my whole shop.
When did the fairy scholar pass through here?
That must have been a month ago. Wanted to stay the winter in the blood barrier. I called him crazy. All his imp had for me was a dirty laugh.
How do we get to this cave?
First you travel north, through the Screech Owl Forest, or better yet, past Bloodthorn Hollow. Oh, never mind. I'll show you on the map.
What is an imp doing with a fairy scholar?
How the hell should I know? That was an unholy, uninhibited, nasty little imp. Ugly and mean. My shop still reeks of his foul mouth.
Why, thank you, Master Dwarf. Sir Knight Rathling.
What is it, my boy?
Rondra
And with...
Listen. How are you doing?
I am sad that Isida is gone. I hope these terrors will come to an end soon.
That's why we're looking for the fairy scholar, to prevent worse things from happening. What kind of magic was that you saved us with?
That was the power of the moonlight. It is like fire to the sad fairies. It burns them.
What do you mean, sad fairies?
I felt that they once were just like me.
And now they are sad?
Sure. If fairies lose their command over magic, they don't die but get consumed by darkness instead. Then they're sad and will never be able to laugh again.
To me, they seemed like mean fiends who have Isida's blood on their hands.
They're sad nonetheless, believe me.
Your magic is fatal, even for you, isn't it? You almost got burned by it yourself.
I didn't want you to die.
Thank you, Nuri.
What are we going to do now?
Why do those mean fairies serve the seer?
You must have put a spell on them. And please stop talking about this subject. It's making me sad.
Let's carry on later. Come on, Nuri. Let's move on.
Come along, Raven.
The blood barrier. Most impassable of all mountain ranges. What in the name of all 12 gods had made the fairy scholar come here? There wasn't a single danger that didn't lurk here. Into what kind of barren land had he brought Nuri? The orcs called these mountains Gravish's Claws. And of all the black furs, the most horrible tribe called this its home. They took their captured prisoners to the caves of Orakar and hunted them to death. That's what was said of the bloodthirsty Zolochai. And the path led straight through their camp.
Shh, Nuri! Come over here into the shadows. They can't see us here. That's a whole camp of orcs. If they find us, we're dead.
Raven!
Go on, report. And craw a little less loudly, if you will.
The Red Lake is behind this ridge, but the orcs are everywhere. They are here to perform a ritual. It will take days for them to finish it and leave.
No Red Lake, then?
Nonsense. We haven't journeyed through the blood barrier for days just to turn back now.
You want to save the fairy, yet you risk her death. I thought Nuri could trust you. But you're doing exactly what Gwynling asked you to.
Don't worry, Raven. Garen knows exactly what to do. Don't you, Garen?
Of course I do. I'll get you to the fairy scholar in one piece. This can't be true. The orcs will rip us apart.
You'd better hurry.
I never meant to rummage through the rubbish of some orcs. And to top it off, the effort didn't even yield anything. A pile of rubbish. Is this a human skull? Oh, great. Nothing in there anymore. Nothing in there anymore. No wonder the pony is so skinny. I'll relieve you of that. The pony is shivering under its matted mane. It looks so neglected. There are cracks in a segment of that rock, but I can't break that off with my bare hands.
Trokor Harkulsa. Korka Harkulsa. Roch Jura hier. Knack Taira. Taika Jorm Barak.
Shields, axes, land. Are they preparing for a campaign? This is madness. How will we ever make it through the camp? I don't really want to know what's cooking. What are the orcs doing with a bracelet? Must be the spoils of war. This is mad. How will...
Ugranomoch, Tairach Takai, Ugranomoch, Tarak Vashtrutz Mochturk, Ochmoch Knach, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Takai, Karka, Eike, Irhark, Takach.
This constant dripping makes me go mad, but I'm used to that from my room in Andergast. I can't think of anything here. He's not... Well... Reeks of horrible weeds. Sure, the drummer is busy, but it's still safer when he's not there. A dog like this ripped open Knight Crusole's throat one time. His horses too. Gwynling used to keep his pipeweed in a pouch like this. This mongrel is in the way. If he wakes up, all will be lost. Always let a sleeping dog lie. That goes twice for a dog like this. I'm not going to climb down there. The smoke is not a good sign. What a monster! Is he letting this monster determine the fate of his tribe? No wonder orcs are always at war. Reeks of horrible weeds. If I can compress the water flow somehow, I guess that would make a nice gush. The tree is too high up. I can't reach it without any gear. Perhaps I can bend the tree somehow. I need some kind of grappling hook so the rope will stay attached. Ugh, full of roaches. Someone should go and clean out that mouth. The orc idol is silent, but it seems the shaman is waiting for a sign from him. All is quiet down there, apart from this horrid drumming. It might have been a mistake to cut that up. Why should I? My rope is too
Ushai Orkash, Droshak, Schnach Tairach, Groch Roik Hakus, Go Izrak, Taika Karek, Tairach Harku, Groch Mork.
Nuri!
They are fighting.
What? You said something about Tyrak. Do you understand what the Black Furs are saying?
Don't you?
Oh, forget it. And what, pray tell, are they talking about?
Those two don't like each other. And the third one is always laughing.
Anything important that could help us?
Wait a minute.
Ushai Orkash, Droshak, Schnach Tairach, Groch Roik Hakus, Go Izrak, Taika Karek.
It's a story with a lot of names in it.
I don't think stories will get us any further ahead.
They're talking about blood and guts a lot.
Are they exchanging recipes or what?
They are fighting about who Tyrak will crush like a maggot.
And which of them is Tyrak?
That's their blood god.
The big loud one is impatient. He's eager to receive a sign from Tyrak. Otherwise he'll start the dance himself.
So they're waiting for a sign. Interesting. Let's listen in on the orcs some more.
Okay.
Seems to be quite entertaining.
They laugh about a human's bone.
Disgusting. I hope they aren't cooking the fairy scholar.
No. The bone is really tiny.
Who knows what size those fairy scholars are?
The big loud orc is more interested in ogre excrement.
Great. I always wondered what orcs talk about.
Will this be of any use to us?
We give them ogre excrement for a present and they'll let us pass in exchange.
If only life were that easy.
Don't worry, Nuri. I'll protect you.
I miss my forest and all the life within it.
We'll be with the fairy scholar soon and all will be fine.
That sounds so beautiful.
I just have to get rid of the orcs.
You still have me, Nuri.
Let's listen in on the orcs some more.
Okay.
Trokor Harkulzach. Korka Harkulzach. Groch Jurahir. Knack Tairach. Taika Jorm Darak Baruk Sharas Tor Aikar
Again, there are many names. A certain Aikar.
The Aikar is the chieftain of all orcs.
They're waiting for their supreme orc. Just what we need.
No. They've been waiting for a judgment from their god for days.
And then?
Then blood shall flow. Or they're waiting for blood.
Are you sure you're getting this right, Nuri?
Their god wants blood. The orcs want blood. But no one seems to have it.
We could offer Master Raven here.
Keep on joking, my boy.
Now they're just running in circles. They're not saying anything new.
I'll deal with this. All will be fine. Say. I'm sorry I was cross with you again. I know you only mean the best with your warnings, but we have to reach that explorer at the Red Lake.
Apology accepted.
Didn't you want to say something too?
Yes.
Yes?
Don't make our situation any worse.
We'll deal with them, won't we?
There are dozens of them. You don't even have a sword.
Raven, you distract them. And Nuri? Do you know how to perform a death spell?
No.
Sleeping spell?
No.
We'll deal with them anyway. Is there a different way?
There is a good lane to fly through over there.
I meant for the three of us.
No, I'm sorry. The only way is through the Orcs camp.
Can't you fly us over there? Oh, nothing. I never meant to rummage through the... and to top...